I'll then tease out the concept of raising the bar and why we've offered that as a topic for discussion. And then I'd like to introduce Jason Masters, Jahna Cedar and Gordon Cole. Each of those individuals are unbelievably gifted professionals, but their community leadership is what I have learned to admire the most. They've been great teachers and companions to me at various times. They've had an involvement with FDIO. Jason, you're on the original steering committee. Jahna's a recent board member, and Gordon is still on the board. So they're just part of our extended enterprise. And trying to be insignificant, but hardly, is Tani Davies, who's the Executive Officer of FDIO. Tani's been with FDIO for a couple of years. She has a native title law background and has also worked for the Aboriginal Legal Service. FDIO, as was introduced, is a not-for-profit charitable trust. We've been around since 2012. Originally, FDIO was born out of, I suppose, a need to support new independent directors, or a new wave of independent directors that were largely, I say this as respectfully as I can, imposed on Aboriginal organisations to help them in their formative stages of their governance structure. FDIO has evolved and continues to evolve. Our current day practice is to prepare, to support, to provide advice where it's required, to help boards, directors and executives practice effective, culturally informed governance. I came to FDIO largely on the back of the learning and the experience I had with the Road River Gorama as the CEO of the Aboriginal Corporation there. Prior to that, I'd been a CEO and a director of not-for-profits. I'd consulted in government corporate space as well. But I have to say, nothing could have prepared me for the complexities of the day-to-day practice of working in an Indigenous organisation, other than obviously the training I got, as the Road River Gorama like to remind me. Why we have offered the concept of raising the bar is because structures have to evolve as organisations and expectations evolve. And frankly, we wanted to provoke more ambitious thinking about how we adequately equip and prepare directors for their responsibility. I do not understand how we can still have independent directors who have had no former engagement with Aboriginal people, no insight to the cultural nuances of a particular group, just sitting around a table because of their corporate skills. Likewise, I think we need to be thoughtful about when we do elect traditional owner directors, that they are aware of the responsibilities that come with the role that they've been appointed to. Now, FDIO in its work with organisations largely in Western Australia has seen numerous times where people, whether it be an independent director or whether it be a traditional owner director, arrive on a board and then are equipped or go through a learning process. We suggest that if that learning and that preparation happened more before as part of a nomination process, they would be better prepared right from the start to practice effective, culturally informed governance. And like the previous speakers, it's not either or. We believe cultural and corporate obligations obviously have to coexist. And when you think about the complexity of the environments in which we work, where you have the corporate requirements that are largely imposed, whether it be through native title legislation, whether it be through, if you're a trust, ASIC, ORIC if you're a corporation, that the other layers that come with agreement compliance, that's onerous. And then of course there is the heart, the spirit and the soul, that is the cultural governance practice of a particular group. So how do we achieve this balance? Just realised the clicker and I'm getting separation anxiety. So that's what I was going to do, but I've just blazed a trail. So our desired outcome is ideally traditional owner directors and independent directors would have the skills, knowledge, understanding and insight required before they actually are appointed to the role. Now, that might seem like a really ambitious thought, but when you think about any other role in any other part of society, including a cultural pathway, and the pathway of the law, there is that preparation before somebody can actually speak with that authority. So why on earth do we wait until somebody's in the hot seat before we equip them?